Hello everyone and welcome back. Today, we're finally going to be releasing the Antorus Weakauras. So for Garathi, we are actually going to have two Weakauras, one for bombardment for the tanks, and one for decimation, which is the debuff drop-off for healers and DPS. For Fellhounds, we do have quite a lot of Weakauras here. We have the stacking debuff for tanks, both fire and shadow. We have the normal mode purple stacking debuff, the heroic mode purple stacking fear, the inflamed damage and duration, molten touch, which is the AoE pulsing around you, desolate gaze, which is the path that's going to be focused on you, and we also have one here that triggers when the Fellhounds are too close together. High command. For this fight, we do have the stacking debuff for the tanks, exploit weakness. We also have the mine debuff, which is ticking damage, and if you're doing heroic mode, you do get the stacking debuff on the pods, so that debuff is here and it does show stacks as well. For ENR, there's not much that needs to be tracked besides the Rain of Fell debuff. For Portal Keeper, we are going to have the tanking debuff of Reality Tear. We're also going to have the Flame debuff if you are carrying that for your group, and the other two we have are for the Fell Portal, one of which is the Poison Essence, which drains 10% of your HP per second, and the other one is if you're wrapped in silk, you can now see that as well. In Minar, we are going to have all of the tanking debuffs, which is Lance in Phase 1, Sever in Phase 2, and Empowered Lance in Phase 3. We're also going to have the ticking debuff of the Charge Blast if you get hit by that. And we do have the Sleep Canister debuff as well if you are being targeted by that and you do get put to sleep. And for Phase 3, we also have the Empowered Pulse Grenade, which is going to make you pulse in an AoE around you. And lastly, Stasis Trap, which is on the bridge. If you do trigger that and go to sleep, you will see that as well. For Kimgura, there's not much to track here, but we do track the tanking debuff of Forging Strike. For Matharis, we are going to be tracking the Misery debuff, which means that you can't be healed, and this does get applied to everyone when they step away more than 8 yards from someone else, or the tanks every now and then. We're also going to be tracking the Necrotic debuff, which is for heroic mode Matharis, and the Marked Prey debuff, which means that you are being targeted and Vari will charge you. For Coven of Shavara, we are tracking the two tanking debuffs, both Flash Freeze and Fiery Strike, along with stacks. We do also track the Fulminating Pulse, which is heroic, and Chilled Blood, which is the healing debuff. For Agra Mar, we do have the tank debuff here, the Reach debuff. We also have Scorching Blaze, which is placed on DPS, and we do have Blaze Eruption, which is a heroic only mode mechanic. For Argus, we are tracking both of the scythes, both in Phase 1, 2, and 4 for the tanks. We're also tracking Soul Blight, which is the debuff when DPS needs to run out. The Gift debuff, which is when you're going to be dropping the orb on the ground, which is going to buff you. And also the buff uptime and amount of stacks that you have. We're also tracking the Avatar buff for tanks, which means that they need to run to the bomb and help split that damage. And Titan Forged in Phase 4, which is when you should be popping Lust. And we're also tracking Soul Bomb and Soul Burst throughout the phases, both Phase 2 and Phase 4. Now this does it for all of the Weakauras. If you would like to see any other Weakaura, please let me know in the comment section down below. Link to all of these Weakauras is also in the description down below, so go ahead and check them out there and import them. If you have any issues, let me know. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, good luck out there.